Hi, my name is David Cooper, and I'm principal horn of the Chicago Symphony. Today, I am going to give a beginning French horn lesson. So, the first thing we need is a horn and a mouthpiece. So, this is my mouthpiece, and you can see it's round on the top and pretty round on the bottom. It's just a Farkas mouthpiece, and we're going to take the mouthpiece and we want to put it in this end of the horn and tighten it in, because if we don't tighten it in, it gets a little bit loose. So I'm going to do that in a second, but first I want to show you how to make a sound on the French horn. So for me, the lips need to vibrate, and I need to figure out a way to make a vibration. Our sound, all sound, is vibration, and the sound of the voice comes from the vibration of the vocal cords. The sound of a violin comes from the vibration of the violin strings. Sound of a woodwind comes from the vibration of the reed, and a sound from a brass instrument comes from our lips. So the job of a mouthpiece is simply to contain the lips. And what it looks like on the inside of the lips when we're buzzing, it's called a buzz when you get your lip to vibrate. So just imagine that you're, giving a raspberry, to your little brother or your sister or something like that. So we want to get our lips to vibrate. Everyone can do that. And then we want to tighten the corners here. And then we want to make sure we have just this little center part of our lips vibrating. And then we want to try to see if we can get that same vibration inside of the mouthpiece. So the job of the mouthpiece, again, is to contain this lip. And we want relaxed lip inside of the mouthpiece. And I set my mouthpiece on. I placed it on relaxed lips. I say M. Place the mouthpiece on. And I want to breathe through the corners. So really drop the tongue like we're yawning, and then, keep the corners not smiling. We want to keep them kind of in a little bit. And you can just give a little bit of a sound. So you see it's basically the same thing inside the mouthpiece. So next we want to put that vibration into the horn. So as you can see, I put the mouthpiece in, and I'll move my hand so you can see that better. I put the mouthpiece in here. This is called the lead pipe, and this is the receiver. So you want to put the mouthpiece in, and you'll see it's a little bit loose now, and then we just turn, and now, there, boom. I can do this sort of thing and it won't fall out. So, beginning mistake, I've made probably 100 times, is not screwing the mouthpiece in, and then when I go to empty my water, that's another thing I'll show you guys how to do. We want to pull out our slides here and just pour out the water. So the wrap of horn that I play is a Geyer wrap, and it was designed by Carl Geyer. And you can see this is the thumb valve, and some beginning horns will only have 3 valves. But this one has a thumb valve here, and this is called a double horn because we have 2 sets of slides. We have the top set, which is the F horn. It's larger and lower. And then we have the back set of slides, which if you can see, I don't know if you can see that, it's a little bit smaller. So we have a back set of slides here. There you can see. So that is the B flat side underneath. And this thumb valve just changes. My horn is standing in F, which means that when I don't have my thumb pushed down, it's in the key of F. And then when I push the thumb valve down, then I'm in the key of B flat. So no thumb valve means I'm just playing on the top set of slides, and thumb valve means that I'm playing on this bottom set of slides, which is the B flat horn, which is higher. So I push the thumb valve down for higher notes, and I switch over to the B flat horn. This is a later lesson on A flat. So like that would be if you look at the staff, we start with F, the first space, and then the first line is G, and then if you go up a half step to G sharp or A flat, same thing, it's just another name for A flat is G sharp, and N harmonic as we call it. And that's the first note that I put down the thumb valve, and everything above there is on the thumb valve. So I'm going to show you how to empty the water. So we basically take out these slides here, and we want to take them out without rocking them. You know, because if you rock the slides, then we're actually going to get loosen these slides up a little bit, and eventually they'll just slip in. So we want to make sure that these are going in. I don't know if you can see. I start it, and then I do not rock it. I just slide it in. And then this one, I'll see if I can show you a bit better from this angle. So I just take one side. I'll take one side, put it in, and then I take that other side, and then I just slide it down gently. So no rocking back and forth. Now let's take that buzz that we worked on and so if you notice, it's the same buzz that we did free buzzing, and then we put it on the horn mouthpiece. So that is a higher note for some beginners. So sorry, excuse me for starting on a higher note. It was just a demonstration. The first note you're going to want to try to get is middle C. And we can do 3 notes. Well, we can do many notes with no valves here. But the first note that I'd love for you to try to get is middle C. Let's do that one more time. And if you can hear the note, you can sing the note, then you can play it. La. When I start a note, I want to get the lips to vibrate. And the way I do that is simply to release the air. So I use my tongue and I say do, or I say the. You can see how my tongue is kind of coming backwards, and that will be a good way to start the note. And we have to line up the air and the lips, so push the mouthpiece on relaxed lips. Breathe. Very good. Okay, I'm going to raise the camera up just a little bit so I'm not bending over. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is try to get an E. Okay, this is the second note in the harmonic series. You can do with no valves. So that's no tongue. And then with tongue, the, do. Now the last note that we're going to get with no valves is G. G. Now let's see if we can connect those. C, E, G. And we're going to go through these without any articulation. So this is called a slur. Good. Now can we connect those with a tongue? Do, do, do. Great. So you can practice this, and we can practice going down as well. Slurred. Tongued. Do, do, do. Very good. Now, lastly, let's connect these notes and make it like a scale, okay? So we start with C, and then we want to go to D, and then we want to go to E, and we want to go to F, then we want to go to G. Okay, so these are 5 notes that we can do with only one finger. We're just going to use our first finger here. So that's all in no fingers on the F horn. And when we want to do the D and the F, we're gonna throw down the first valve, okay? So it's gonna sound like this. Okay, so let's try to find that D. Okay, put down the first valve, D. Now we're gonna put down the first valve, keep it down, and play F. Good. Now let's see if we can remember our open fingerings. Okay, and the notes in between are gonna be first valve only. And then we can go back down. Wonderful. Make sure that we're taking nice full breaths into the corners of our lungs. Oh, just like you're yawning, right? We want to keep this tongue down and say toe. Toe. Good. And we want a nice low sound. Listen. Good. Now, the last two notes that we're going to learn, if you have a thumb valve, you can put them down for these. So this is A, and this is B, and this is the octave. This is C. Okay? If you don't have a thumb valve, don't worry. The same fingerings work. So this is A, no thumb. This is B on the F horn as well, and this is C. So it's just going to be A, B, and I'm demonstrating with my fingers lifted, but we generally want to keep our fingers on the paddles. Okay? And then C. Okay, so if we go up from G, remember, that third note is G. And then we add the A, the B, and the C. We're almost all the way through a scale. Good. Now let's see if we can do the whole scale. Excellent. And so I'm just keeping my airstream moving. Imagine that we have a piece of paper here and we're just blowing our paper. So we're just keeping that paper moving. And that's the same airstream I'm using when I'm going up for a scale. Let's do that scale one more time. Remember? Open, first, open, first, open. 1 and 2, 2, open. Okay? Good, and we can do this slurred and tongued. So this is slurred. This is tongue. You guys are doing pretty good. Excellent. Okay, so lastly, let's go back downward. Okay, this is called descending. The other way, going up, is called ascending. So we're going to start on C, which I play on the thumb valve if you have a double horn. If not, don't worry, it's just open. Open, second valve, 1 and 2, open, first valve, open, first valve, open. Okay? One more time. Thumb, thumb 2, thumb 1, 2, open, first valve, open, first valve, open. And this works if your horn is standing in the F horn and the thumb valve is pushing down for B flat horn. And you'll have to reverse this if your horn is standing in B flat. Most people in North America have their horn standing in the key of F, so don't really worry about that so much. And you can find out by, can you do that? Or do you need to push down the thumb to do that? And if you if you push down the thumb and you can't do that, it'll sound like this. So don't worry so much about that. Okay, descending, ready? Great, let's do it slurred. Wonderful. Now let's do it start to finish. What do you think? Let's do it tongue, shall we? Very good, and that was my first horn lesson. So I hope you enjoy the lesson that I learned from my first lesson. That was taught to me by my grandmother, and it was really kind of special for me to be able to teach that to you today. So thank you for joining along, and happy practicing. Feel free to write me on videos you'd like to see, on exercises that we can do together. I think in the future, I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos for you guys. So let me know on what beginning topics you'd like, and we can go ahead and share them. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.